environmental theme this evening. There is an old Native American saying that goes, "We don't inherit the land from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children." First time I heard this saying, I thought about things such as rainforest destruction, oil spills that pollute our waters and destroy ecosystems, and other large environmental tragedies that I could have done nothing to prevent myself. But given that this is a Native American proverb, I'm going to assume that the reference was more to the common person rather than to big business. And the more I thought about the statement, you really learn how true and accurate it is. The way that each of us treats our planet today will affect both our future generations and the other creatures that we share this planet with. And while there are many ways to live a greener life, tonight I'm going to focus on reducing the amount of solid waste you generate, because it is a huge problem in this country. Most people know the difference between a recycle bin and a trash can, but how many people really think about what effect they're going to have on the planet if they use the trash can versus the recycling bin? And most people can probably justify to themselves that it's just one plastic bottle here, one piece of paper there, one aluminum can. But enough people already think that, and I'm going to tell you that, I'm going to give you some numbers to let you know that. We need to all stop thinking like that. The average American generates 4 pounds of trash per day, which is an enormous amount, and it's way too much for us to dispose of in an environmentally sound way. Only about 20% of the solid waste generated in the United States actually gets recycled, whereas in Switzerland and the Netherlands, they recycle about 75% of their solid waste. Americans throw away 2.5 million plastic bottles every hour. Throwing away one aluminum can wastes as much energy as if that can were half full of gasoline. U.S. businesses use approximately 21 million tons of paper every year, which equates to about 175 pounds per American. And this one really shocked me, but if you've already had kids, it might not shock you. The average child uses between 8,000 and 10,000 disposable diapers before they're potty trained. And every year, 18 billion diapers make it into our landfills. We will pay nearly $350 million annually to deal with their disposal. And they will still be there in 300 years. And they estimate about 570 diapers are thrown away every second. Additionally, during the holidays, Americans generate 5 million tons of waste. 4 million tons of that waste is wrapping paper and shopping bags. Now, obviously, from these numbers, you can tell that the landfills in America are filling up very quickly. In fact, the number of landfills has decreased dramatically in the last 3 decades because they've had to close so many because they're at capacity. The remaining ones are within 5 or 10 years of having to be closed because they're so full as well. And there's little room left for development of new landfills, especially in the ever-growing suburban America where everybody says, not in my backyard. Another argument for recycling, other than keeping that additional solid waste out of our landfills, is the cost of using raw materials for production of new materials. Each year, 900 million trees are cut down just for paper production in this country. Plastic is made from petroleum, which, as most people already know, is a non-renewable energy source. Recycled plastic bottles can be turned into longer-lasting products such as fleece jackets or new carpet. It takes 90% less energy to recycle an aluminum can than it does to make a new one. Recycling 1 ton of cardboard saves over 9 cubic yards of landfill space. Producing 1 ton of paper from recycled pulp saves 17 trees, 3 cubic yards of landfill space, 7,000 gallons of water, and prevents 60 pounds of air pollution versus producing those products from raw materials. But other than recycling, there are other simple things you can do on a daily basis that will reduce the solid waste that you generate. One of them is to purchase and use reusable bottles like this one. I love it. I spent about $20 on it, and it's going to last me forever. It holds 27 ounces, and if I bought 27 ounces worth of bottled water every day, I would spend a heck of a lot more than $20 in a couple of weeks. The other thing you can use, these are popping up everywhere. I think I've seen them in every store I've been in the last few weeks. Reusable shopping bags. This one holds about as many groceries as 5 plastic bags does. And the actual lifespan of one of those plastic bags you get at Food Line is about 20 minutes. And they end up in landfills as well, and they cannot be recycled. Although Food Line does collect them, I'm not sure what they do with them. But this one also, I can fold it up and stick it in my purse as I'm going into the grocery store. And you take it to places like Farm Fresh and Trader Joe's both have rewards programs for using your own bags rather than taking their bags. Some places I've even heard, I haven't seen it around here, but some companies are going to start charging you to take their bags out of the store. And I know the convenience is gone when you switch to cloth diapers, but consider it if you're going to have kids, because those numbers are just disturbing, I think. If you're going to be purchasing new furniture, take your old furniture to a thrift store and make a donation. I did it last week and have a tax write-off now. With when replacing old computers or other electronics, you can find an electronic recycling drop-off place. City of Newport News does it 4 times a year, but if you can't wait for the next one, there's a place in Norfolk that does it year-round. Now, I was going to provide you all a list of all these different places to recycle items and different tips and stuff, but that would have been a waste of paper if you didn't use it. So if anybody wants more information, you can let me know after the meeting and I can email you some tips. But to finish up, I ask you all to do your part to take care of our planet because it's the only one that we have.